I'd be inclined to waive the PC except for how you want to hear it.
Did you say asegura or segura?
AJ team, Your Honor.
No, I want to, please. Okay. All right, let's roll, nerds. Mr. Osegura, come up. Sir.
Good morning, sir.
So you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay. Good morning, Alex.
Good morning. On October 10th, 2024, officer conducted a traffic stop on the defendant's motor vehicle after observing it drive at a high rate of speed, 52 miles per hour in a 40-mile-per-hour zone. Upon contact with the defendant, the officer observed red, bloodshot, watery eyes, thick, dry speech, and a strong odor of mouthwash and cologne. And despite those smells, the officer could still detect the odor of alcoholic beverage emanating from the defendant's person and vehicle. The standard field sobriety tests were administered. HGN was 6 out of 6, walk and turn was 6 out of 8, and the one leg stand was 3 out of 4. The DIC was red, but the defendant refused to give breath or blood. A search warrant was obtained and executed.
Can you look to see if there are any prior DWIs?
No prior DWIs, Your Honor.
Judge, it's my understanding he has no priors whatsoever.
That's correct. No priors.
And Judge, I would just submit to the court. I spoke with my client. He wasn't trying to, I think he was confused when they were asking him for consent. He was trying to ask some clarifying questions, and the cops, my understanding, said, look, we're just going to get a warrant. So I hope that the court doesn't ding him for, hey, you refused or anything like that as far as the conditions.
I mean, I'm going to do the same conditions that we always do, just order you not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using any kind of alcohol or illegal drugs, I'll revoke your bond, put you in jail. That's all I'm going to do right now. Do you have a Texas driver license?
Yes, sir.
Do you have liability insurance in your name? You may continue to drive, but just be careful. Like I said, no drugs, no alcohol. They're going to call you to test. You have to go test. If you don't, then a warrant issues.
Sure.
Now you have a lawyer, he'll take care of you. I'll waive your appearance. You don't have to waste your time coming to court, but you got to stay in touch, and then they'll tell you when you have to come back. If they tell me they can't get a hold of you because you're playing games and you're not answering phone calls, and again, I'll issue a warrant. Do you have any questions? Okay, so really the only thing right now is just no drugs, no alcohol. That's it.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Judge.
Okay, guys, please.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Right, Judge, page 13, Kennedy, come on up.
Morning, Miss Kennedy. Ma'am, you're charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you.
On October 9th, 2024, the officer observed the defendant's vehicle parked at a community center in Harris County, Texas, while on patrol. The officer observed the defendant with an open driver's side door, and through that door dump a pile of tobacco on the ground with a brown hand-rolled cigar in her hand. Upon seeing the defendant dump the cigar, and upon seeing the officer, the defendant grabbed her sweatshirt, knocked the cigar onto the ground, and covered the cigar. The officer made contact with the defendant. The officer observed a strong odor of marijuana. The officer told the defendant what he saw and what she had, and the defendant asked the blunt. The defendant retrieved the blunt from under the sweatshirt and handed it to the officer. The officer observed the cigar to contain a green leafy substance recognized to be marijuana from his training and experience. A search of the vehicle was conducted, and the officer found a clear plastic bag containing marijuana in the center console. The weight was 2.3 grams. The defendant was parked approximately 191 feet from the public pool.
Okay, let's go through this again. She just parked somewhere? Is that what you're saying?
She's parked and she opens her door and dumps, it says, a pile of tobacco on the ground.
So that's what drew the
attention of the officer, yes. And then he confronted her about what he saw and then he also saw her with a cigar in her hand, and he believed that to be a blunt. And then she asked about it, or he asked her about what he saw. He told her, I saw you dump it. He saw in her hand the cigar.
Mhm.
And then whenever he said that, she asked the blunt. And then that's what gave him, as well as a strong odor of marijuana, probable cause to search the vehicle.
So him going to the vehicle at that point, he also smells it.
He also smells it, yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Kennedy, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm not putting any conditions on you now. Just be careful. Don't pick up any new cases. Do you have a valid Texas driver license, man? Do you have liability insurance in your name? Are you sure? Okay. How old are you? You're 20. What do you do for a living?
I just graduated college and I work at the airport.
Great. You graduated college? Doing what?
I got my associate's degree,
Okay. In what?
general arts, kinesiology,
Okay.
Coast Event College.
And
I was
so,
on a scholarship.
so now what are you doing at the airport?
I just do boxes. I work for Amazon Prime warehouse in the airport.
So what are you going to do now?
I'm just working. I'm waiting to get back to school next semester.
It's a good idea. That's what I'm trying to head at. You know, get back into school. The education you get, the better off you are in life. The more money you're going to make. That's what it's about. This life is about money. You have a lot of money. It's a very sweet life. If you ain't got no money, it's not a sweet life. You know, the more schooling you do. You want to apply for an appointed lawyer? Okay. So, well,
This is my first time. I don't know if I need a lawyer.
you definitely need a lawyer, 100%. There's a lot of consequences that can come from a case like this, and you're facing 6 months in jail. So you 100% need a lawyer. The two options you have is you can go hire a lawyer, or you can apply for a court-appointed lawyer. What would you like? Deputy, do you mind giving an application? I'm gonna have you go to Victoria, we'll have you sign a reset, and then after that, we'll just have you take a sit in jury box while we find a lawyer, okay? I have here that you make $7,000 a month.
Oh, no, that's you asked for the monthly income? That's
Yeah.
2,000 a month.
Okay, but who else makes 5,000? And who else is in the home? I don't know if I can appoint you guys a lawyer. It's too much money. You know, you have to be poverty level. If you guys are making 7,000 amongst you, I can't appoint. Well, I get it, but you guys are still making a combined seven. It's based on household income. And if you're making $7,000 a month between you guys, I can't. Let's do this. Go talk to your mom, look around, and then if you still have problems, come back and then we can talk about it. Okay? All right, I'm gonna have you sign a reset with Victoria and then we'll get you out of here. Okay? Did you sign conditions yet? This is what it. It's a weak case. I didn't put any conditions. Okay, we'll just have you sign a reset and we'll get you on your way. Okay? Good luck. That way. Ready? Okay. Yes.
I spoke